Okay.
All right, Nancy, my first question to you is, where were you before you and I met? What made you come looking for a program like this?
I had heard about your program from previous challengers, and I was at a point where I wanted to be able to lose weight and take care of myself and put myself first. And I then saw an ad on Facebook and decided to explore a little further.
Okay, so what was going on in your life at that time?
I was always busy with my kids, never had time for myself. But at that point, I started back at work after the summer and decided I needed to start doing things more for myself. So I decided I wanted to do an exercise program, but I was a bit nervous on where to go, where to start, looking for something that was a bit more quaint.
And what specifically do you feel like you needed to change at that point? What was that aha moment for you?
My aha moment was really, I've been thinking about it for a few years, but I always had the excuse that it was difficult, like to make time for myself in order to exercise, but I knew that that was going to be the key. Nutrition was already a little bit on target, but not as much as I've changed it now. Like I've made a lot more realizations of what is even healthier than what I thought was my first definition of healthy. So that really, the health, education, exercise, all that has made a huge difference in allowing me to get where I am at.
And what was that one thing that just made you to say, I cannot live another day like this. I absolutely have to change it. This is what I need to change. And what made you go from being in that part of your life that you said, okay, today I'm going to make a change. Boom. Was there a moment in time that you remember?
There was. I think it's my family, my kids. I wanted to be there for a long time. Like I want to be there through their life. I didn't want to have health issues doing to be overweight. So those were kind of my main goal, my main drive, and for me to feel better about myself and to feel healthier. I knew what it was like to be a smaller person, and after pregnancies, I let myself go.
So when you first came for that orientation meeting, I remember that day like yesterday. What did you anticipate the program was going to be like, and then how is it different from what you actually experienced?
I have to say I was a bit nervous going in, knowing that I had a lot to lose. Looking around the room, I wasn't sure. I did leave with a bit of hesitation. Is this really what I want to do? But I was more on the convinced side, but it was to be able to jump in and say, am I going to be able to do it? And after taking a bit of time to reflect, I realized that I just had to fit myself into a schedule and make it happen. And why not start now? Why put it off again?
That's awesome. That's just exactly what you need. So when you jumped in here, what did you find? What did you discover that really worked for you and started to make some of those changes?
What really worked for me initially, it was a bit overwhelming, changing everything, nutrition, health, and everything. So I took a little bit at a time. The accountability coaches for me were key because it was somebody I had Eloise, and I could go back and touch base with her the minute I was a bit uncertain. So I did take it a little step at a time. I did partially the health, changing a few things, and then reintroducing something different on the following week to progressively get where my end goal was with everything you taught us and educated us about. And there's still work in progress. There's still things that need to change, but definitely much more on a healthier path.
What were some of the victories along the way, Nancy? Like just going to a grocery store where someone hadn't seen you in like 2 or 3 months and they're like, like what were some of the victories along the way that you experienced?
I've had quite a few victories now where people take second looks at myself. One of my own recent ones actually was looking back at one of your videos that you recorded on that's in the Google Forms. It was the Booty Boot Camp or something, and I honestly didn't recognize myself.
Wow.
And I've kind of gone back and looked at it, and I'm shocked at how much I've changed over the past 6-7 months.
That's
That's one. And then
incredible.
others are just people that take a second look and are asking me, what am I doing? What have I changed? And enjoying being able to explain to them all the efforts and the change that's for the positive and for my family as well. My children my son told me, "Mommy, you're melting away. You're like a snowman." So,
Like a
so
snowman.
that I found kind of, nice to hear from one of my children. And also, "Mommy, I'm able to put my arms around you more to give you a hug than I was before." So,
That's amazing.
yeah.
Oh, that one makes me cry.
Yeah.
That was awesome. What did you find anything else that you weren't expecting other than the fitness and the nutrition being a part of this? What else did you discover along the way?
I've discovered at the beginning, I was a bit hesitant. You wanted us to, bring energy to the room. And my philosophy was, well, I'm here just because I need to find my own energy. And I've seen that's really changed over time. I've allowed myself to become a little bit more part of the sense of community in your studio, because I think I built self-confidence as well. And the repeated faces, seeing the people, the different people, the accountability, really, I like the small studio feel as opposed to walking into a big gym. So it's a lot more encouraging, and it's allowed me to come a little bit more to my shell as well, as far as, whereas my initial response was, I entertain all day as a teacher. I'm coming here just to find my own energy, right? And now I've found more energy, I'm able to share it a bit more as well.
And I love too that on ped days just like this, when the kids are off and you're stuck at work, that you drop everything, you get into a classroom, you tune us in virtually, and you join one of our virtual classes.
Yes, that was actually an awesome experience. I was going to do it today, but I didn't want to be totally sweaty for you. So I said I'm best not to do Mara's class today,
Just
but it was a thought. It was a thought. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. What can you tell our audience about the community and the Facebook interaction and so on?
The Facebook interaction actually has become kind of my daily newspaper. It's my feed of what I read and get my information from. I really, really enjoy your lives, the education portion, the exchange between challengers as well. It's just a great community for sharing, learning, and like I said, I check on it regularly, and I actually ask my kids sometimes, I'm listening to a video, you're going to have to pause and I'll get to you in a few minutes. There's 5 minutes left. So yeah.
Nice.
It's become a big part of my day.
And I find that there's so much value far beyond just the fitness and nutrition. Aside from going to a gym and you do your workout and that's pretty much where it ends. I feel for myself that the community just keeps living throughout your day. It's entertainment, it's support, it's that feeling of getting a hug or that motivation when you need it. And it's from the moment that you wake up to the moment you go to bed, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm constantly on it, looking like it's a ped day. I'm supposed to be working, and I was checking to see who was on. My colleague walked by. I'm just doing a bit of a Facebook 10 minutes, and I'm getting back to work. I promise. So, but it's stronger than me to not go and check and see what's going on.
Amazing. Nancy, if you had 30 seconds to explain where you were, how you started, what you found when you got here, and why you would recommend this program to our audience, could I get you to take that 30 seconds and just give me the very best of what you have received from joining our program?
Yeah, okay. So I guess where I started was I was heavily overweight. I felt like I had physical limitations, couldn't do the exercise. I wanted to put myself first. So I started to look out on social media, and I found Sherry. I had heard about Sherry through different parents at the school I work at, and I decided to attend the meeting, and I was quite impressed. I love the fact that it's easy to plan the classes. The virtual classes are available. There's a great community, and I love being accountable to a coach in order to guide me. It's allowed me to really change my body. I've lost a third of who I am. I lost 110 pounds, 52 plus inches, and I've gone down 10 dress sizes, fitting tightly in the 14, but I've really changed. So there's no price to pay for the program. I think it's a great opportunity, a great group of people to exercise and learn from. Not only positive to say about it.
Thank you so much, Nancy, for joining us today. I so appreciate you being here.
Thank you.